Income producing assets, they change family trees. I mean, truly change people's lives for generation after generation.
Hey friends, welcome to the Brandy Leiden podcast. I'm your host, Brandy Leiden, and in this podcast, we're going to talk through all things real estate, wealth building, and investing. And what I really want you to do is reach your financial freedom and live your life worth living.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Brandy Leiden podcast. Most inherited money is gone within one generation. Money is spent, but income producing assets change family trees, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Money gets spent, but assets pay people. So if you think about you pass, your spouse passes, whatever, you leave a life insurance policy, $3 million, $5 million, whatever it is, it's going to be spent in one generation, potentially in a year or two, depending on what the kid's situation is. But assets pay people, and that's what we want to try to instill. So are you buying income producing assets that are going to continue to build wealth and pay people down your generational wealth line? And so when we say income producing assets, they change family trees. I mean, truly change people's lives for generation after generation. What can we do to make the smart decisions today? We talked about in a previous episode in the same mini-series about delayed gratification. That's a big part of real estate, right? And so if you can make those decisions to delay your gratification and buy the properties that are going to be building you income, you're way better off versus leaving your kids, their kids, and their kids to come money that's going to be spent potentially in one generation. You're going to be leaving them these income producing assets. So big takeaway. When you leave your heirs cash, it teaches short-term problems, it disappears quickly, and it basically teaches them just to consume. That's what leaving them cash teaches. When you leave real estate, you're creating responsibility. You're making them be flexible. You are producing options for them to make more money, to use an income producing property to then buy another property. That's what happens when you leave real estate. And real estate teaches your heirs how money works, how decisions are made, how to long-term think, and how to build generational wealth. And so when you think about your options of leaving money, leaving real estate, it's a no-brainer. Do not leave the kids money. It's going to be gone in one generation. So if I can share my personal take on this and maybe my personal story, I had a goal starting out that I wanted $40,000. That was the initial goal, $40,000 a month in income, passive income, when I first started building my real estate portfolio. And as I went through the process, you go through these bumps and it's like, we talked about delayed gratification. Oh, I'm waiting, I'm buying this. I could have bought a different car. I could have bought a beach house. I could have bought, all of these things. I joked at one time I had 2 lake houses, none of which I got to live in or use, but they were making money. And so I guess just sharing my personal story, whatever your goal is, and you may have a 5-year goal, 10-year goal, 40-year goal, you've really got to stick to it. And so I would say on that note, have some kind of accountability partner, have a mentor, have some people in your corner, a financial advisor, a CPA, all these people that are holding you accountable to these goals year after year, because it's going to get boring. It's going to get redundant. It's going to get to where you want the beach house, you want the new car, you want the flashy stuff, but just stick to it because it is going to be so life-changing for yourself and your family tree down the line. Legacy isn't how much you leave. It's what works for you after you're gone is what matters. And that is why real estate is a game changer. All right, so we've come to the conclusion that we are not leaving them cash. We are going to buy income producing properties, right? So if you'd like to know a little bit more about this, like and subscribe today because I talk a ton about this on other episodes. Thanks for watching.
Thanks so much for spending time with me today. If you want to know more about investing, wealth building, or real estate in general, head on over to brandyleiden.com and you can book a consult with me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to hear more episodes like this one. See you next time.